Hi, I've got a Svelte 4 Svelte Kit application, and I want to migrate that to Svelte 5. So today I'm going to show you what that process looks like. Here's the spoiler. It's actually pretty easy. Okay, so I have a courses project. This is running, so we can look at courses.bradseibert.com. This is, well, there should be images there. There they are. Okay, so this is the site. You can click into these. There's some Flowbyte components here, so we'll still need those to work. There's a sign in with GitHub type thing that I'm doing with auth.js. Still need that to work. And then once you get in, you can actually click into the course and do some things. So there's quizzes that exist. There's video content. There's textual content. So we need to make sure all of that works. Okay, so how do we do that? So this is my directory for my project right here. So all I'm going to do is use npx sv migrate svelte 5. I'm going to get a couple warnings. It's going to make sure to prompt me that if I'm in a mono repo, I don't want to run this in the root directory, rather run it in all projects independently. I'm not in a mono repo, so I'm good to hit yes. It will ask me which folder should be migrated. I think I want all of these, so we'll go ahead and migrate them all. And then recommended next steps, install the updated dependencies. There may be peer dependency issues when not all of your libraries officially support Svelte 5. In this case, try installing with the -- force option, and then commit and then review the breaking changes. So we can take a look at the diff and kind of see what we have here. So it's updated a couple of our dependencies for us, and then we have our components that have changed. So export let courses. Now we have like a props interface here. We're destructuring courses, linked to course content from the props using the props rune. This is all looking good. It's kind of what we would expect from Svelte 5. Looking to see if I can find an example of a slot because our slot should change. Yep, they did. That looks good too. Okay, this all looks pretty good to me. I did get a little ahead of this. So this is the change that we would expect. However, I guarantee we'll run into dependency issues. So if I run npm-i, yeah, we're going to run into dependency issues. So I have already taken care of those. I'm not going to make you watch me troubleshoot dependencies. I don't have any tips to do it well. It's a pain. But I went ahead and did that so we don't have to worry about that. So now if I run npm-i, okay, so now that I've got that going, I can use npm run dev, and we'll go ahead and boot this up. So, okay, we have a 500 internal server error. That's okay, that happens. Options, hooks, handle is not a function. This is actually an interesting thing. This is not a problem with Svelte Kit. This is not a problem with Svelte. This happens to be a problem with one of the dependencies I had to upgrade to get Svelte working. So let's talk about it. So for that sign in with GitHub, I use this Svelte Kit auth from @auth Svelte Kit. This is the Next.js auth adapter stuff. They have a Svelte Kit version. It's worked really well for me in the past, so I tend to use it for most of my Svelte Kit projects. Same thing here. The main thing is that this return type has changed. So this returns an object with a handle function, a sign in function, and a sign out function. The simplest solution is instead of exporting that, we just export .handle. That should take care of it because we need to return a handle from our hooks.server.ts file. So it looks like it's hot reloaded. Let's take a look at this again. If we refresh the page, there we go. So we have we have another internal server error. Let's take a look. Okay, it looks like the icon library I'm using no longer has a face starstruck solid. So it looks like it maybe is called face grin stars solid. So let's update that here. And then we can find where we're using it right down here. Update that as well. Give this another run, see if that helps. Let it load. Okay. Yep, that looks like the issue. So I think this this component right here was renamed in one of the dependencies that I have. So I just needed to update that, and it looks pretty good. Let's go take a look at the other one, see if there's similar issues. There is. Inspector has been externalized for browser compatibility. That's fine. Let's go take a look at, this is the one Vim concept per day course. So let's see what we get here. We get an info circle solid. Does that actually exist? Looks like it does. I'm going to try to inline these snippets just to see if that is our issue. So where is icon used? It's not used. Seems like maybe an unnecessary snippet. So let's fix that right here. Give this another load. It loaded for a second, and then we have an internal server error. Let's see. You know what? I don't know how that got there. That is a strange input, or sorry, strange import, and that explains why that would be a problem. So yeah, this is from Node for the V8 inspector. We obviously, when we're running this in the browser, we don't have access to anything from V8. So the issue here is that when we were mounting this component, we were trying to use this URL. Well, we were trying to import this URL from the inspector, and that just won't work because we don't have access to V8. So, okay, so that fixes this course. That fixes, does not fix this one. So let's take a look at this. This is the authenticated course view. So we can look at our routes. This would be under my course ID page. Oh, it looks like we have some more icons that have changed. So let's see, do we have arrow left? Looks like we don't have solid arrows anymore, which is fine. Arrow right, outline, and then bars solid. We probably want, is it just bars? Bars outline. Okay, let's go with that. Let's update those references. So we have arrow left outline, bars outline, arrow right outline. Let's see if this gets any better. We still have some issues. No issues. Okay, cool. We do have some issues. We'll have to fix that. This should be markdown text and not object. So we'll fix that here. It looks like our arrows look okay. Our lesson navigator looks pretty good. I'm just going to shrink this down to mobile. Okay, looks good. Yep, let's fix that last piece, and then I think we should be on the home stretch. So I'm using this active URLs missing. Okay, that seems not necessarily critical, but still should be something we could look into. So I'm using this markdown block that comes from this marked library. So let's see, heading is not assignable to the type. So text level raw is not assignable to tokens depth heading. Expected 3 or more, but got 1. So this needs to change to tokens depth. Let's see, heading. Maybe not. But we should have tokens in depth. And now what we can do here is we can put our tokens there. We want to know our depth. So I think we should be good there. Maybe what we do, let's go ahead and console log our tokens here and just get a look at these tokens and see what they look like. So we have an array of text here. Okay, this one's a little more complicated than I was expecting. So what we're going to do is go to npm.js. We'll take a look at the marked library and see if we can find information about this update. Okay, so it looks like the interface here has changed. So what they recommend doing, so our tokens is going to be an array, and it looks like they recommend using this parse inline. So what we can do here is instead come down here and say this .parse inline tokens. Let's see if we get this one working better. And if so, hey, look, it says notes. That's probably what we need to do for all of these. So let's do the same here. This .parse inline. These are also going to become tokens. So I'm just going to go ahead and swap that over. We can see here text string to a string output is not assignable to type tokens, paragraph to string. So let's just swap this over to tokens. Okay, that seems promising. Let's take a look at this one. Also, tokens from the looks of it is not assignable to type tokens. Yep, looks to be correct. So we can just swap these all to tokens. List item is not assignable to item list item string. So this is just going to be an item. This one might be a little more complicated. We'll take a look at it in just a second. And then there's a link. Link is also getting href title tokens. So we can go ahead and just wrap this and change this last one here to tokens. And we need to move our types. I'm just going to go ahead and remove them for now. We can clean those up in a moment. So this would be href string title string. Tokens, I don't know what the token type is. Oh, it looks like they are just using a link type here. So let's see. That's probably not what I want. Let's leave the types off for now. We should be able to move forward still. So href title tokens, href title tokens. Link is not assignable. Title is optional, but link is required here. So, okay. Let's give it a type. Undefined or string. Seems promising. Href string tokens. I still don't know what tokens are. Okay, link is probably going to be the trickiest. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and keep all of this structured into link props. And we will grab link props.href. And then the text would be tokens. So we want to do this.parser, parse inline, link props.tokens. Okay, that seems promising. Renderer, no matches, overload this call, properties are incompatible. Okay, that should be okay. We can fix the types later. So we have our tokens. We need to parse this body. So this would be this.parser.parse inline, tokens. Okay. And then the list item, I don't know what this item is. So let's see. Take a look at that. I would assume we need to parse it. So let's do parser.parse inline item. Let's give that a shot. See how this looks. Internal server error, not great. Okay, so I just looked at the root class here and the marked library to see how they're handling lists, and it's a little more involved than I had expected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, and ooh, Lord have mercy, it looks like they're doing the same thing there. Okay, we'll start here. We'll grab this, and then I'm going to paste this and then override part of it. So we have a list. Let's paste it here. I don't necessarily know if we care too much about whether it is start or ordered. Wait, did I grab the right thing? Tokens list. Looks like it, yeah. Oh, it's called props here. Let's fix that. So now we generate a body, and then what we want to do here is we will, looks like we just add the body as is. I can remove this, and then we don't need these, so I can remove these. Let's take a look and see if that makes things a little better. Okay, we're halfway there. Let's go back to our base class. So I can go to the renderer here, swap files to the ESM side, find renderer. And interesting. Honestly, let's see what I was doing with my renderer. MY1 just gave it a small margin. Yeah, let's just remove this and use the base implementation. Okay, cool. So now we actually have it rendering. That was a bit of an odd detour. All of this, the last couple minutes, last little few bits of minutes that we've spent was fixing changes with this marked library, and not so much a Svelte kit thing, but it's one of my dependencies and something that I needed to fix. Also, I'm going to go ahead and add types to these because that seems like a great thing to do. So we'll do tokens.link, tokens list. This one would be tokens paragraph. We don't need to log this here. And then this one would be tokens.heading. Okay, cool. So we fixed our markdown block component. We have our markdown. Things are looking good. I want to check the quiz. Okay, cool. Okay, that's exactly what I would expect to see. Our videos are working. Yeah, I think we're good. So I feel pretty good. Next and previous are working. Looks like that's going one too many. I'm curious if that's probably not a migration bug. That's probably just a bug that I already have in the project. Filter, absolute beginners, filter seems to work. Cool, I feel pretty good about this. Oh, let's sign out. Please log in to view this content. Looks good. Sign in with GitHub. Signed in. Avatar, settings, some emails about new courses. My courses. Okay, yeah, this all looks pretty good. blog. That's external, so that should be fine. Pricing, free courses, paid courses. Yep, all looks good. Okay, cool. So this was the process of migrating. I guess I need to update my favicon. But this was the process of migrating from Svelte 4 to Svelte 5. The Svelte migration part was actually really nice. Using the CLI took care of really just about everything. I did have to fix a couple dependencies that it didn't get for me. Part of that was due to peer dependencies with other dependencies I'm using that sit outside the Svelte Kit ecosystem, at least the first party ecosystem. So that auth library, for example, with the sign-in support. So fixing that. And then a ton of time spent fixing my markdown. So that one was a little unexpected, but glad we got that working. So yeah, that's the process. Hopefully you have a smooth process migrating your Svelte Kit applications as well. And remember, just start with npx sv migrate svelte -5. Thanks, and let me know in the comments how your migration's going.